How's it going, everybody? It's Nova, and welcome back to another episode from the KerPOWcraft server. It is episode number 11, and we are starting out today's episode in the spawn area. Now, I don't really know what... I'm pretty sure that building above us is still being worked on, so I'm not going to spoil it. But we are also starting this episode off on this little pathway that we made for the building right behind us, the Rubaltus Kingdom Watchtower and Necessities. And that was during our 10th episode, where we did 10 things in one episode. So now we're going to head off on back to the base and see what we can figure out. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh, that was a tree. I have a decent amount of things planned for today. This is one of the things, and I have one other thing that we're going to be working on later in the episode. But we are in the area where I built, that Pam's Harvestcraft area where you have all of the different drawers, all the food, and all the farms over here, which looks really awesome, by the way. And I've noticed that I have kind of been running low on food. Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, I just took a bunch of fish and I just cooked them, and I've basically just been, eating that. But now I think it's gonna be easier, or harder, but easier in the long run, if we switch on over to a better source of food. AKA, we are going to be making a bunch of different recipes for, using all the Pam's Harvestcraft stuff, so we can have a better food supply. And also trying to automate it as well, because we definitely need better food, because I'm not going to eat the same fish over and over again. It only does like 2.5 hunger bars. Alright, so we are off to Geo's base, which as you can tell is about 700 blocks that way. It's been a while since I've actually been over to Geo's place, so I'm going to go check out what it looks like. Sometimes the best way to lift off on the KerPOWcraft server is just to use a spider web. Go like this, and we are off. But anyway, wow, this bridge is amazing. Gosh, it has been a very long time since I have been over to Geo's place. I'm pretty sure the last time I was here was like episode 1. But we're here to get some more fruit. Because, well, I mean, we're also here to admire these builds. I mean, geez, like, wow, this is some awesome stuff. So, to get a sapling that, makes like a specific fruit sapling, like here we have an almond sapling, so I'm looking to get some almonds so that I can just easily make milk from almond milk. And, it's a lot healthier for you, apparently. I mean... But you need 3 of each of the fruit, or whatever thing comes from one of these trees, and you combine it with any sapling, and you could make your own tree that way. So that's what we're here to do. So we're just going to get 3 of every fruit we can see from the tree, from each tree. Maybe we'll get a little bit more, but we'll try, and you just right-click them once they are fully matured. And yeah, that should be great. Oh, he has another peppercorn tree. So that's fine. We'll just take as much as we can, because, I mean, he has trees, so they're going to grow back. So let's get the rest of these. Alright, so I have spent seems like it's an extremely long amount of time over in this area, working on some recipes. And, I'm gonna level with you guys. I have not gotten that far, and that's mainly because, well, we don't really have any sources of meat at the moment. I did set up a few of these ground traps over here. These will actually get if you put some bait. No, that's not bait. If you put some bait into the ground traps and you put them on the ground, surrounded by at least, all grass, you actually get some passive mob drops. And actually, I should go check them, because they have been sitting out there for quite some time. Alright, so let's check this. Oh, wow, yeah, see, look at this. What is this? Raw turkey. Raw duck. You can also get duck. But these farms really aren't super great. Let's see if we... Oh, we got some beef in this one. Awesome. Alright, so, and some leather? Wow, that's cool. Got feathers, probably don't need those, but it looks like, you put the bait in here, and then it just tries to fill up every every slot with one item. So yeah, we got feathers, raw chicken, raw turkey, raw duck, raw beef. That's always great, but you know, it could be a little bit better. Other than that, we're going to place this in here. This is where all of the, actually, I don't even think leather and or bones. Actually, bones can be used in recipes, so I'm not really sure. But so far, all I've been able to craft up are like, you know, breaded things. Like, I crafted up fresh milk from the almonds. Use a juicer with an almond to get fresh milk. I had to bring a lot of sugar over from the sugarcane farm over by the mob farm. Salt, you just get some fresh water. In fact, if we just place this water bucket right here, we get fresh water. And then if we click the fresh water onto the well, yeah, it basically just does that. So we can put this back there. And then we can also get water from in the water bucket. I made mayo. How do you get that? It's, egg and a juicer. Kind of weird. Got some black pepper from the pepper tree that we planted over there as well. I brought some raw tuna over because some of these recipes down here actually require tuna. And we made bread because bread is no longer the vanilla way to make bread. You actually need dough, which is made with water, salt, and flour, and a mixing bowl. So that's always nice. The three foods that you can probably see right around here, these are the only foods that I've actually been able to make. As you can tell, we got tuna fish sandwich, which this is a really nice food. In fact, that's why I have all of the tuna right here, because the fish farm, we have like a couple thousand tuna. So that's always really nice. And really all you need for it is tuna, bread, mayo, which I have, you know, just make eggs, and a juicer, and pickles. The only pickle that we have at this point is this, the Giga Pickle. Yeah, I found this a while ago. I had found a one of those like pressure plate traps on the ground, and seeing as last time we looked at one over by the volcano, one of the volcanoes, there was a chest underneath it. I checked underneath that one, and there was a chest, and it had a Giga Pickle seed in it. And we don't have any right here, but it's basically just a different type of pickle. And yeah, these tuna fish sandwiches will be very easy to craft. We just need the cutting board. And yeah, it's 5 hunger bars. That's fairly good. That's actually 10 hunger bars, but 5 of the meat haunches. We also made some of these cheesecake. I am just obsessed with the different types of cakes in this. I mean, there's so many different cakes. I mean, these are pancakes. We're not gonna make those, but there's red velvet cake. There's pumpkin, pineapple, holiday cakes. You know, all these different types of cakes. And the easiest one, at least in my opinion, is I think the cheesecake. You just need heavy cream, sugar, and this batter, which is made from flour and eggs. So yeah, that's pretty much the standard cake, it looks like. Then you can make a cherry cheesecake and a pumpkin cheesecake. Ooh, and a lemon drizzle cake. Oh gosh. I just want to litter like this room with cakes. Like, just put a cake here, cake there. I mean, wow. That is awesome. Let's take a bite out of that. Wow. I might make a cake room just for future reference. The last item that we made was the sugar cookie, and as you can tell, oh, I won't eat it. It's about 3.5 haunches or 3.5 hunger bars or whatever, but it's fairly easy to craft. Yeah, you just need sugar, flour, egg, and butter, which is salt and heavy cream. So again, a lot of these recipes are fairly the basic ones. You know, there is a lot of like salads that we could also craft up, but they don't really do that much. I think the Fiesta corn salad does as much as the sugar cookie, and that's just getting a lot of these different things in, although a lime. We didn't get limes from Gio's place, so I don't think we can make that anytime soon. The rest of them are 3, except for this crayfish salad, which I think you get these crayfish from the fish traps, which I have set up some fish traps. They're over actually by the mob farm, over by that giant lake near it. So, you know, that's one of the slow processes of getting other types of fish that you can't get from the fish farm. And of course, there is also, what is it? There's like a Caesar salad. This one, yeah. There's a Caesar salad that requires black pepper, cheese, which is just milk and salt, and garlic. I don't actually know if we have garlic, and lettuce and toast. Toast is just bread and butter. Do we have garlic? If we want to make that, if we want to live off of that, like, kind of vegetable lifestyle, the whole vegetarian lifestyle, I could definitely go for, where was it? That Caesar salad. I mean, look at those pixels. Look at those green and yellow pixels. Just makes my mouth water. Yeah, so we have lettuce. We just need garlic. I could probably find garlic somewhere out there, or probably one of the other Kerpowians might have one, but yeah, I could just kind of just snoop around their base and probably find some fairly easily. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this part. Definitely we will be working on this, you know, more higher tier recipes at some point, because I do want to get to, you know, making some of these like really like top tier food recipes, like the Korean dinner, the corned beef breakfast, or the meat feast pizza. But we are off to do the next thing on our list. So we're about to head on over to Philantis so that we can exact some prank revenge. We're also going to be giving Tolbert a little bit of literature so that he can understand a bit more of how his kingdom came to be. And right here, we have the story of Trollbert. And if we read, it says, "Here's how the story goes. Some time ago, before the conquer of Kerpow by the Marauders, there were two boys born into the world, both of them as different as night and day. After Philantis came to power, King Tolbert outlawed all pranks from the kingdom. This came as a direct insult to his brother, Trollbert, who in reply crafted together the Philantis rebel pranksters, and thus the Philantis civil feud had begun. To this day, the leader of the Philantis rebel pranksters, Mr. Trollbert himself, lurks in the shadows, no kingdom to call his own. He devastates the kingdoms of Kerpow with pranks. They made me write this, I had no choice." And yeah, basically, Tolbert, if you're watching this, they made me write this. I do not know who it was. I could not actually see their face, but I was forced to write this history book to deliver it to you. And it also kind of aligns well with my own prank revenge, since you pranked me last time. So, we are going to take these 3 shulker boxes, and we are going to head off on to Philantis. We have finished, and Tolbert is actually inside of his base right now at the moment. So, we're going to do a little bit of hiding. But we have finished the gigantic Trollbert statue. And there it is. Right there. Look at it in all of its glory. And if you can tell on the map, if you go over here, it does say #BlameTrollbert on top of it. And I think I put a sign over here that says go to the viewing area, which is over right here. But yeah, if I were to place a sign down there, I wanted to leave my name of whoever did this, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to send a message to Tolbert to, you know, let him know that I pranked him. Although, to be honest, he probably already knows, because I went over into the base when he wasn't in the base, because he signed on a while ago, and you can fairly clearly see it, at least up in the sky, like from his, you know, from down there. So it's most likely that when he saw it, I had to basically shift forever so that he couldn't see that I was here. But most likely he saw it, but he ended up going to the end somehow. So I actually did part of this while he was online. And he went on many breaks. You know, he got kicked off by lags, he went on a smoke break. So I did have a lot of time, and I finished it actually before he got back. But when I went to go record it, the recording somehow messed up. So now I'm back to get kind of like, you know, a good recording. But yeah. And I left some scaffolding blocks right there to get off, you know, to fly off with the elytra. But yep. Consider yourself pranked, Tolbert. Make sure to read the book about your brother Trollbert, because it's pretty awesome. Alright, now it's time, well, first off, it's time to eat properly, and it's time to head on home, which is going to kind of be difficult, because that means that I have to shift walk all the way to the nether portal and hope he doesn't see me, because I think he's in, like, the middle. But if I shift, it won't really matter. So, we can probably take out that scaffolding block as well. I am done having all these heart attacks from trying to, you know, sneakily make this prank and get it done before Trollbert, or I mean Tolbert, finds out. Alright, so some time has passed, and I know that Tolbert has seen this prank. I won't spoil any of the his reaction to it, because you guys can go and definitely check out his video, his reaction in it, once I figure out when the video is going to come out. But yeah, I will definitely link you guys to his reaction in the description below. But I kind of came back here, because in the last clip, I told you guys that I kind of already recorded me finishing the prank, but then somehow the footage got messed up and I couldn't use it, so I had to go all the way back from my base to here just to, kind of be like, hey, I finished the prank. Well, so I kind of wanted to do a little recap on, kind of what went down, during when I was crafting up this amazingly brilliant prank, which I love. Oh, and if you guys are wondering why Tolbert is on the map, it's because he's actually here at his little AFK fishing station. I think he said, he would be back around 1 a.m. and it's like 9 p.m. at the moment. So yeah, he has no idea that I'm here. So I got here. I think I woke up fairly late in the morning, and I kind of just woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the prank today because, like I said before, I don't know if I actually said this before, but I already tried to do the prank twice. One time I tried to do the prank and it was extremely late because I was waiting for Tolbert to go AFK, and I got there and I ended up just kind of not really doing things correctly, kind of, klutzing around, and I figured, all right, it's probably best if I just wait till I'm not like super tired and whatever. The next time that I did it, I came here and I started building, I built a lot of the head, and then I realized that I had very miscalculated on how many resources I needed. So yeah, so when I made this, when I finally had enough resources, I needed about for the hair and the skin, I needed at least a shulker box of that resource, of that X-tone. So when I came here and I finally was making all of it, I was about probably a little bit more than halfway done when Tolbert actually ends up logging on. And I had all these plans kind of thought out in my head, well, if you hold down shift, you're not really able to be seen, your name, the name above my head it becomes clear. I mean, you can kind of see it, but on the map, the name goes away completely. So basically I was thinking, well, I'm gonna have to shift if he logs on. But then I was like, oh no, vein miner is shift. So I actually ended up changing my vein miner key to something else, so that if I needed to get away, I could just take some of these ender pearls here and just shift and then throw an ender pearl and then leave. So after he had signed on, I thought for a second that I was caught. I thought he saw me. I honestly thought that he saw me and he was just playing along. He was like, oh no, I totally didn't see, a giant floating head above the base. And then, but he really did. He was just playing along. Actually, when I talked to Tolbert, he didn't even notice it. And it's weird because, well, that is the area that, that's the main area for Tolbert's base. You can clearly see this. If you look up, you can clearly see this head, this gigantic floating head, floating above his base. I mean, it's a little bit cut off, but, there's definitely something there. And I thought for a second that, I accidentally, wasn't shifting for a second, and maybe he caught on to that or something. But no, he actually had no idea. And at some point, when he logged on, I was basically, holding shift for, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and he actually went through the nether portal in his base to go to the end. And so I was like, oh yes, let's use this time wisely to finish this. And yeah, that was kind of how I finished it, a little bit quickly. And then, obviously in that last clip, I filmed, before that I filmed, it being already done. And then when I had to come back, he was actually in his base again. And I just waited a little bit of time, and I think he logged off or something. Like, I don't know. There was a couple of times when he was on while I was trying to finish it, where I think the lag kicked him off the server one time, and he actually needed to go on like a smoke break. It was crazy. I was so nervous. I was so anxious trying to get it done so quickly. So just trying to get everything done. I didn't even have, for some reason, I ran out of that red block, and I just replaced it with some of this hardened clay terracotta. I cannot believe. I honestly thought I was found. I thought I was caught, but apparently I wasn't. And yeah, that was news to me. I guess I get a gold star on here for being one of the sneakiest Kerpowians on the server ever. I don't really know if there is a contest for that, but I mean, I would definitely be in the running if that were the case. But yeah, that's kind of the whole story. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had so much fun, doing all of doing the prank and doing all of the other stuff before. It was just crazy. So, with all that being said, this is the end of the episode. If you like what you watch, click that like button. And if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. See you guys in the next episode.